Hello, fellow Argos and colleagues, and welcome to the Innovative Educator Podcast, where we discuss tips, guidance, and best practices for integrating educational technology or multimedia elements into your courses. This podcast is presented to you by the Center for Teaching, Learning, and Technology at the University of West Florida. My name is Samantha Arnoldson. I'm an instructional designer and your host for this episode, and I will be discussing the different types of instructional videos. Today, my co-host is instructional designer and adjunct instructor Kate Durden.
Hello. Thanks for having me.
So I'm going to dive into the different types of videos you can make that depend on your goals. Some questions you should consider are, why are you making your video and who is the target audience? Are you trying to do a demonstration? Are you interviewing an expert in your field? Are you reflecting on an experience you had? Whatever the reason may be, videos are a perfect medium for presenting this information to your audience. Videos are great for incorporating instructor presence and breaking down complex problems. It also allows flexibility because students can watch them at their convenience or pause and play them as needed. This is especially important today because so many of today's learners are busy working adults with other responsibilities. First and foremost, let's talk about lectures and presentations. When you hear about a lecture, you may think about your typical synchronous class where students sit before an instructor and take notes while the instructor presents the content. This can easily be done in video form by presenting in front of a camera instead of a live audience. You can also add slides to help support the lecture and reinforce the content. Another way to increase engagement is by adding interactive elements such as knowledge checks or hotspots. Knowledge checks allow you to add questions before your learners can progress through the video. And hotspots can be used to link external sources or embed other videos.
And you can check with your institution about what applications they support. Chances are you have access to some kind of video editing software that can add in those extra elements. We'll put some ideas for apps that do video editing and do these knowledge checks and things like that in the show notes.
The second type of video I'm going to talk about is demonstration videos. Demonstration videos are great for showing your audience how to do something. This could be an important step-by-step process for working with a piece of equipment. In this case, you would need to consider your camera angle and where you're in the frame to highlight the actions in the demonstration. Typically, in this type of video, you will be using various camera angles so that your audience can see what you're doing clearly. If you are only working with one camera, that's okay. Make sure that what you are highlighting, such as your hands or equipment, is focused and centered in the frame. You can always take breaks during the demonstration to move the camera around to get different angles. Then, when you go to edit, you can put it all together to make it look like a continuous stream of motion.
Screen recordings are also another way to record a demonstration video. If you wanted to create a video on how to do something in a learning management system like Canvas, or show how to use a project management tool, a screen recording would be the best option.
It is important to note that for demonstration videos, you typically would want to narrate the process instead of using slides or long scripts of text on the screen aside from closed captions, just because you don't want to take away from the actions of the demonstration. For example, if you're showing your audience how to use video editing software, you don't want their eyes to divert away from your cursor to read any text you may have off to the side. The third type of video that is great for instructional purposes is interviews. Interviews can be used to help inform your audience by talking to an expert. This is highly beneficial for getting insight into real-world examples or prominent figures who have made significant contributions to their respective fields. While lectures can be valuable for discussing theories, models, or definitions, interviewing professionals can give your audience critical insight into how specific industries work.
It can also bring a fresh perspective that will help broaden your learners' viewpoints.
And, of course, we have reflection videos. Reflection videos give a new spin to your typical reflection essay. Reflection videos are primarily for your learners to express what they have learned and to make connections between the content and the real world. These are helpful for capstone projects or high-impact practices where students take everything that they have learned throughout their academic journey and apply it to a real-world project. Reflection videos are more personal compared to the other types of videos because the subject gives raw insight into their personal growth.
It's also the perfect opportunity for students to get creative and add images or B-roll of their project because it shows how far they've come. This can also make a more impactful reflection video.
So that's pretty much just a brief overview of the different types of videos that can be used for instructional purposes. This episode was brought to you by the Pickens Multimedia Studio at the University of West Florida, a hub for all things educational technology. You can find more episodes by subscribing to the Innovative Educator podcast, where we explore cutting-edge tools and strategies with educators like you.